Hey everyone, today I'll be showing you how to change the bezel and bezel insert on Orient Ray I, which should also apply for Ray IIs, Makos, USAs, etc. Or at least I hope, because I haven't seen anyone actually try to do this on a Ray I. And the website I purchased the kit from says it's for Ray II, so who knows, I'm taking one for the team here. So the bezel insert in the bezel is from longislandwatches.com. I know there's a lot of options out there for this, but their loomed Pepsi bezel just spoke to me the most. On the watch, I already have a double-domed blue AR-coated sapphire crystal from Crystal Times, so hopefully that won't impact the install much. I don't think that's going to be much of a difference from the OEM crystal. Let's get started by removing the bracelet. Next, let's tape up the case where we plan to pry on that bezel. Okay, now that we've gone overboard with the tape, let's grab this little tool I got in a kit off Amazon. $25 kit. It had almost every tool any beginner would need. I'll link it down below. Let's just try to stick this in here and see if it's thin enough to get this bezel off. Wow, look at that. Came right off, super easy. And as far as inside the bezel goes, I don't see any sort of, okay. No, there is a little gasket in here, okay. So when comparing that to the Crystal Times bezel, you'll also see a small gasket as well. It looks pretty similar, okay. Now I'm just going to clean off the bezel action area and I'll be right back. You can see that's a little bit dirty in there. Okay, now that we cleaned off the area where the bezel attaches to the case and removed the tape, let's move on to the bezel and the insert. Now, on the website it said something about when you do this mod to the Ray II, you may have to trim down the included double-sided tape. So this is what that double-sided tape looks like. And I'm assuming they mean this inner edge, like the tape is too thick. And that's kind of what it does look like. So what we will do, I think, is maybe try to install the bezel and then trim down the insert afterwards with a little bit of a razor blade. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Bezel insert here. We can go ahead and test fit it into the actual bezel. It appears to fit beautifully. No fitment issues whatsoever. Just gorgeous. Let's go ahead and install this double-sided tape on the back of the bezel insert. The adhesive is left exposed here, and you just want to line up the bezel. I went ahead and got it lined up, and it actually doesn't look like it overhangs the bezel insert, but I guess when I install it, there may be a little bit of hangover from the bezel. So let's go ahead, and now that we have stuck to the bezel insert, let's remove this excess paper here. And there we go. Okay, so our adhesive is on the bezel insert now. Next thing we're gonna do is just place it into the bezel. And there we go. Okay, for this next step, I'm gonna go ahead and apply the bezel with the crystal press and just see if that little bit of extra adhesive actually makes contact with anything. I'm not sure it's gonna actually cause a problem. So I'm gonna roll the dice. If it doesn't work, we'll pop it off and we'll try again. All right. So the crystal press we have here actually came in that $25 Amazon kit. And what you wanna do here is it comes with a bunch of these little spacers, and you want to make sure you get one that will hold the back of your watch pretty steady in place, that fits pretty snug to the back of that. I think that's actually the better fit there for this particular watch. And that's going to be a 42. I don't know if you can see that. So 42 on the base. And with the top one, you want to make sure you get one, and I already measured this before I started the video, but you want to get one that just comes down on the bezel. That's not going to be coming down on the crystal, because you want to press that bezel into place and not touch anything else. And as you can see, it doesn't overhang to where the crystal would come in contact with it. Okay. All right, there we go. You heard the click, and let's look at that final alignment. Wow. The bezel action is way better than the stock bezel. Wow, listen to that. It's not making contact with the case anywhere, and the fitment on that double domed AR crystal is excellent. You're not gonna see a gap like you see with like SKX models that have the beveled edges and stuff like that. So that's nice. Okay. And then that's our final fitment. Perfectly lines up with that 12 o'clock mark. Look at that, beautiful. Okay, so now I'm gonna give it a couple extra presses on the crystal press just to make sure that adhesive gets stuck down really well. I'm just gonna rotate it around a little bit. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful, looks incredible. And now how about we get a little bit of a loom shot. Wow, look at that. I'm not at all in a pitch black room, and it just still glows excellent. Look at that, beautiful. I mean, that really is how the watch should have came from the factory. Okay, let's get this back on the bracelet and get a little bit of a wrist shot for you. I mean, this watch just became one of my favorite watches. Absolutely love it. Let me bring a light in here, get a little bit of that sunburst effect. Just gorgeous. Exactly how the watch should have came. Beautiful. All right, for those absolute champions that stayed until the end, please subscribe if you like seeing stuff like this, as well as unboxings. I've got way too many watches, and I'm probably going to be uploading some unboxings, let's say from Tudor, Breitling, Seiko, Zelos, some more Orients, you name it. And I'm just kind of getting into the water with this mod stuff. So if you like seeing stuff like this, do you have any suggestions of anything you'd like to see on a Ray, Mako XL, anything like that, or an SKX. I have an SKX in the mail right now. Let me know, and I'll probably get into that. Anyway, stay safe during this coronavirus thing, and peace.